Welcome students. Today our topic is impact diode, which is a type of avalanche transit time diode used as an amplifier in microwave domain. So in the previous video we have already introduced the basic concept of impact diode, its structure and the mechanism of operation. So you can see that in the given figure 1a, impact diode has got four layers, N plus, P, I and P plus, and if N plus is connected to positive and P plus is connected to negative, the whole device is under reverse bias. Now from the field distribution, due to depletion region creations and intrinsic region in between, we will have a high field in N plus P region, which will give rise to avalanche breakdown. So the impact diode first was introduced by or put forward proposed by Reed. So it is also known as this basic structure is also known as the Reed diode. Is mounted in a microwave resonant circuit. An AC voltage can be maintained at a given frequency. Let us see what is the circuit that we are talking about. See, this is the reverse bias feed DC and there is an AC signal in series with the reverse bias. Now the choice of the AC signal frequency will have to be in accordance with the construction of the impact diode. That we'll see in very soon. So see what is written over here. The AC voltage can be maintained at a given frequency in the circuit and the total field across the diode is the sum of the DC and AC field. So the total field across the diode is the sum of the DC and AC field. There is no problem with that. This total field causes breakdown at the N plus P junction during the positive half cycle. So we are assuming that in the positive half cycle breakdown occurs and in the negative half cycle the value of the fields is never beyond the critical field, so there is no breakdown in the negative half cycle. This is important. Okay, so and the carrier current due to the breakdown, or here it will be holes as your carriers. The carrier currents that is I0T, that is the internal current generated at the N plus P junction by the avalanche multiplication grows exponentially with time. We know that avalanche breakdown grows exponentially with time. So there will be a generation of a pulsed current within the structure and it has originated from the N plus P region, the high field distribution, high field domain. So during the negative half cycle, so positive in the positive half cycle avalanche breakdown happens, and during the negative half cycle when the field is below the critical voltage the carrier current I0T decays exponentially. So we can see over here that in the negative half cycle, as it is below the critical field, so the pulse that was originated in the positive half cycle due to avalanche breakdown will decay very soon, exponential decay, and this is the I0T generated current, and the origin of generation is the N plus P junction. Now the question is, as there is a generation of pulse, what will happen? Now this will lead to an external current in the circuit. This will lead to an external current in the circuit. Now this is the generation of the external current. That there is a phase lag due to the traversal during the whole path of the intrinsic region L. So a current pulse generated in the N plus P region will take this tau by 2 amount of time to reach the negative electrode. So there is a phase difference between IET and I0T, and that is your 90 degree or pi by 2. See, the pulse has originated from the pi by 2 position of the AC signal, and the external current has IET has originated from pi of the external AC signal. So one will wonder why, because see that the pulse is generated beyond the critical value. So pulse is generated beyond this critical field. Now when the pulse will reach its peak? Now when the pi of the phase of the AC signal is achieved or arrived. Because beyond that there is no growth as the AC signal is going down. Now this particular time lag is due to this current pulse traveling this distance tau by 2. So what will happen is that now this particular pulse will travel in the external circuit and reach the negative electrode, which will give rise to a negative current in the external circuit. Now let us see what is written over here. The carrier current I0t is the current at the junction only and is in the form of a pulse of very short duration as shown in figure 2d. See, this is the carrier pulse is I0t. The carrier current I0t reaches its maximum in the middle of the AC voltage cycle. That is correct. That we have already explained, that 1/4 of a cycle later than the voltage. So I0t is pi by 2 phase apart from the AC signal, and IET takes another pi by 2 for the travelling during the L section. So we'll see in a short while. So under the influence of the electric field, the holes are injected into the space charge region. The space charge region is the intrinsic region towards the negative terminal. As the injected holes traverse the drift space, that induces current IET as shown in figure 2d. IET is the external current. Since the drift velocity of the holes in the space charge region is constant, the induced current IET in the external circuit is equal to IET is equal to Q upon ti dq dt, that is Q into Vd by L, where tau is equal to L upon Vd. It can be seen that the induced current IET in the external circuit is equal to the average current in the space charge region. When the pulse of the whole current I0t is suddenly generated at the N plus P junction, a constant current IET starts flowing in the external circuit and continues to flow during the time tau in which the holes are moving across the space charge region. Thus, on an average, the external current IET, because of the moving holes, is delayed by tau by 2 or 90 degree relative to the pulsed carrier current I0t. Since the carrier current I0t is delayed by 90 degree with respect to the AC voltage, IET is delayed 180 degree relative to the AC voltage. So, we can see over here that IET is delayed to the I0t by pi by 2 due to the time taken from the P to the P plus electrode, that is the L section of the intrinsic region, and I0t is again 90 degree phase apart with respect to the AC signal. So what happens is that the external current is pi phase apart with respect to the induced AC signal. So let us try to understand the whole thing. That you have got this is your N plus region, this is P region, this is intrinsic region, and this is P. So now N plus will be connected to positive and it will be connected to negative. There will be an AC signal, and suppose let us say there will be a load. Let us say there will be a load. So what happens during the AC signal? This is 0, this is pi, and this is your 2 pi. During the 0 to pi, In the n plus p region, a pulse is generated due to avalanche breakdown, as it is reverse biased. As can be seen, it is reverse biased. Now this pulse travels to the intrinsic region to generate a current which we are calling at IET in the external circuit. Now this IET has to travel. Now that IET has to travel, IET has to travel the whole length in this particular pi duration of the negative half cycle. So this is a negative resistance region, but we are having a current oscillation in the external circuit. So this is the whole thing is working as an amplifier. So let us see what will be the resonant condition, that if the frequency is f of the external AC signal f, so 1 by t by 2, that is pi traversal, pi to 2 pi traversal happens in t by 2, will be equal to the time taken to travel this part tau. And what is tau? Tau is equal to your L by Vd. Now t is equal to 1 by f, so I can write it as 1 upon 2f. Hence f is equal to your Vd upon 2L. So for a Vd equal to 10 to the power 7 centimeter per second or 10 to the power 5 meter per second, and suppose this region is 2.5 micron. So for a 2.5 into 2, that is 5 into 10 to the power minus 6, the oscillation frequency will be 20 gigahertz. So if we apply a 20 gigahertz signal over here, and this particular length is around 2.5 micron, then it will be a resonant circuit, and there will be an amplified microwave signal in 20 gigahertz range. That's how the IMPAR diode works as an amplifier in the microwave domain. So you understand that we have to generate the pulse in the positive cycle and traverse in a resonant manner in the negative cycle. That's why it works as an amplifier. Thanks for your listening.